Time of my life. It started with a major throwback. Then I got to meet the big shots. I found a sweet spot between cultures and hung out with the artsy crowd. I even picked up a few things along the way. After that, things kicked into overdrive. It started with a whirlwind through the streets. And unforgettable eats. A celebration of flavor in every bite. And an epic new party at every turn. The best thing about it here, the good times are never over.
National Capital Region or NCR. I am John Vincent P. Atienza. I am your tour guide today in Taguig City. Graduate of Accountancy, Business and Management in Lemery Senior High School. I am Student Government, Finance Committee, current student of Hospitality Management in Lemery Colleges. Table of Content, Logos, Maps, and Estimated Population. The second one is Tourist Attraction and the third one is Popular Delicacy. This is the logo of National Capital Region, also the Taguig City. There are 16 city in National Capital Region or NCR. The first one is Manila City, Makati City, Pasay City, Pasig City, Quezon City, Caloocan City, Malabon City, Marikina City, Muntinlupa City, Mandaluyong City, Las Piñas City, San Juan City, Valenzuela City, Taguig City, Pateros, and Navotas. Taguig City. The Taguig City of Taguig is highly urbanized city located in southeastern portion of Metro Manila in the Philippines. From a thriving fishing community along the source of Laguna de Bay, it is now an important residential, commercial, and industrial center. Geography. Taguig is a first-class municipality situated at northwestern shore of Laguna de Bay at the upper mouth of the legendary Pasig River, also known as the Napindan Channel, through which Laguna drains its floodwater. It occupies at a total land areas of 33.7 square kilometers. The population of Taguig City is 804,915 from the year 2020. The tourists spotted in Taguig City. The first one is Hero of Cemetery. The first cemetery is dedicated of the Filipino soldier who fought for their country is the Hero Cemetery, established in 1947. At the time of commencement was named the Republic Memorial Cemetery but was renamed in 1954 by President Ramon Magsaysay as the Hero Cemetery. Cemetery and Memorial. This cemetery holds the remains of American servicemen that served in the Battle of the Philippines from 1941 to 1942, along the military service member who fought and died in Taguig. Of those buried here, 23 are Medal of Honor recipients who fought all over the Philippines. Acro-Diocese Shrine of Saint Anne, Taguig City. This church was built by the Augustinians during the considered one of the oldest in the country. It housed the holy image of the Saint Anne Taguig, patron saint. Dambanang Kawayan Saint John the Baptist Parish Church. The church is made mostly of bamboo. During the Japanese occupation, it served as the torture site for some 400 men who were later brought of Fort Santiago and were allegedly killed. Muslim Mosque Maharlika Village. This mosque is a place of worship for Muslim residential of Maharlika Village, but it is also open to the public. Napindan Lighthouse. This 18th century lighthouse is believed to have served as the Katipunan, stand in a memory of time he spent here. During the Philippine-American War, the Katipunan used the site again as a command center during the Battle of Taguig. The lighthouse was destroyed on March 19, 1899 by the American ship that USS Laguna de Bay. Plaza Bonifacio. A suit of Andres Bonifacio, the father of the Katipunan, stand in the memory of the time spent here. Plaza Quezon. This plaza is only momentum built in honor of President Manuel L. Quezon while he was still alive. Simborito Taguig Cemetery. The Simborio is a dome-shaped structure located at the center of Santa Ana Cemetery in Taguig. In the Philippines, it was built by the Filipino during 18th century through the supervision of Spanish sphere. This is the Mind Museum. Kadagdagan po natin sa tourist attraction na hindi po nakapabilang sa ating PowerPoint. Mind Museum is the interactive art science center that will fascinate mesmerize people of all ages. This non-profit project plans its exhibit with the direct aim to spark the curious mind of the public. So ito po yung nilalaman ng Mind Museum. So nakikita na po natin kung sa nakaka-flash po sa ating PowerPoint kung ano po yung nasa loob po ng museum or tinatawag natin Mind Museum. Or ito po yung talaga pong pinupuntahan ng mga kabataan, hindi lang po kabataan kundi po mga turista dito sa ating Pilipinas. This is Venice Grand Canal. This outdoor mall has been designed to replicate Venetian architecture and is lined with bright blue canals that can be crossed via charming footbridge, awarded the Best Retailer Architecture Design at the Philippines Property Award in 2017. Venice Grand Canal is known for its design of architecture and is popularly considered as the most romantic mall in the country. Yes, ito pa rin po yung isa pong tourist attraction sa Taguig City na hindi po napabilang din po sa PowerPoint po. Ito po isa po sa kadagdagan po sa ating tourist attraction. Nakikita niyo naman po sa naka-flash sa ating PowerPoint kung gaano po kaganda ang Venice Grand Canal. This is popular delicacy in Taguig City. This is ito yung mga popular talaga sa Taguig City. Ito yung water lily bag, itlog na pula, fried itik, and puto ni nanay. Ito yung pinakasikat po sa kanila sa Taguig City. This is the one of the food delicacy. Sticky rice, galumpong, coconut milk, gata, and sugar baked in the charcoal fire make up the unique dessert. Think of the very smooth ube flavored bibingka with a almost mochi type of consistency would go perfectly well with vanilla ice cream. You can also have inutak with salabat of coffee on the side. This is hopya, a popular brand of pastry originating from the Chinese Belen Flores founded Tipas Bakery in her hometown of Ibayo, Tipas in Taguig City. So complete with hopya proceed by the Chinese, hoping to outbake them with her own version. Her first product, which persists today and remaining a cheap and popular snack, is the hopya mongo, a flaky version of the hopya filled with a sweet split mung bean paste. This is the festival in Taguig City. The Santa Anang Banak Taguig River Festival is held in Santa Ana as a type of Thanksgiving devour of done of respect to town of benefactor Saint Anna, who has indicated by legend accumulated by natives of Taguig, along the riverbank in 1587, and agriculturists lost of their Arab and town was in emergency. This is a karera ng bangkay lunday. This is the boat race. It's the race of the fishermen to get their goal, the biggest banana catch. Boy and Girls Festival Parade. High school student parade along the road village to hang off offer fish cone streamer as a gift to the house owner. This is pagodahan. It's the parade of the image of Santa Ana in the river. It started in the Wawa of the Laguna de Bay and end as Yususan. Be surprised with an apple crusher through your held. This is Pandanguhan. Pantanguhan, the dancing profession of image of Santa Ana automatically started after the parade in the river. The public is free to join with or without candles or lamp. So, thank you for your listening. I hope you learn the tourist attraction, population, maps, and popular delicacy. I hope you learned something to me. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Albert Shuwani Sipring from BSHM1 reporting Makati City. Makati City faces the city of Mandaluyong. It is bound by the Pasig River on the north, by the municipality Pateros on the east, by Manila on the northwest, and by Pasay City on the south. The Pasig River flows around the northern and eastern borders of this city, which is known as the commercial and financial center of the country. Along Ayala Avenue, Makati is the city skyscrapers just across the posh villages of Forbes Park and Dasmariñas alongside Port Santiago. Buses, jeepneys, taxis, and tricycles bound for Makati City are available in many parts of Metro Manila. So these are the tourist attractions of Makati City. Ayala Museum. This museum features dioramas depicting Philippine history from the pre-Hispanic period up to the NCR Revolution. Miniature Spanish galleons are also on display. Gabriela Silang Monument. This bronze statue was erected in the memory of the first Filipina to lead the revolt against foreign domination. Galeria Aurora. Painting of 50 different Filipino artists including Joy, Legazpi, Ocampo, Tiongco, and Valderrama are displayed here. Guadalupe Ruins. This massive church, complete in 1629, has a simple Doric architecture that emphasizes the structure's stability. Museo ng Makati. This museum was established through Municipal Ordinance number 1896 for the purpose of preserving the artifact, treasures, and relics of cities of glorious past. Senator Benigno Aquino Monument. This monument was built in honor of the beloved senator whose assassination triggered the first EDSA revolution. The American Cemetery and Memorial. Many tourists, especially World War II veterans, visit the site. On the whose walls are engraved images from World War II. Libingan ng mga bayani. Buried here are 33,522 Filipino soldiers were killed in Bataan, Correg- Correge- hmm? Corregidor, and other parts of country during World War II. Gertfield. This park behind the Makati Stock Exchange was the name after Sebastian Agarte, the, expi- the executive vice president of Soriano and Company in 1945. The place became the venue of political demonstration in 1983. Hi, I'm Albert Chuani Sipring from BSHM1 reporting Quezon City. Quezon City is located 10 kilometers north of Manila. To the cities east are San Mateo Rizal and Marikina. To the west are San Juan and Manila. To the north are Caloocan City and San Jose del Monte, Bulacan. And to the south are cities of Pasig and Mandaluyong. Quezon City has a land area of 15,359 hectares. It is 5 times bigger than Manila and the country's second biggest city. Rolling hills characterize the terrain of large portion of Quezon City. Its lowest altitude is 25 feet above sea level, while its highest is 55 sea level. Buses, jeepneys, taxis, and tricycles bound for Quezon City are available in many parts of Metro Manila. So these are the tourist attractions of Quezon City. Amoronto Stadium. The stadium was built in honor of former mayor of Quezon City, Noberto S. Amoronto. It has a track and field oval, a volleyball court, a tennis court, and swimming pool. Araneta Center. Prior to the establishment of Makati Commercial Center, the Araneta Center served as the main shopping district of Quezon City. Even today, downtown Cubao is still lined with the numerous commercial establishments, including the theaters, banks, boutiques, department stores, restaurants, and many more. Balara Plant. The Balara plant filtered the water from La Mesa Dam and supplies some 6,000 gallons of clean and potable water to the Metro Manila area. A portion of plant has numbered of public swimming pools. Barrio La Loma. Another historical landmark in Quezon City is La Loma, said to be site of the first battle between Filipino and American during the Philippine-American War. Barrio Pugadlawi. The site where founder of Katipunan Andres Bonifacio launched the Philippine Revolution against the Spaniards in 1896. The uprising was called the Cry of Balintawak. Brass Memorial. The 45-foot high handcraft brass monument was done by noted sculptor Ed Castrillo in figurative expressionist style. The towering structure depicts a symbolic interplay of three figures familiar to those who were surrounding during the martial law years. The martyred hero, the Philippine flag, and Inang Bayan, Camp Crame, and Camp Aguinaldo, to the most important military headquarters in the country. Museo ng Bahay Pilipino. The museum displays of old furniture, farm tools, and implements, costumes, and carriage used by Filipino throughout the age. Ninoy Aquino Parks and Wild Park. These zoological and botanical gardens situated near the Quezon Memorial Circle, is a haven for nature lovers, young and old. The 80 hectares complex of wooden area has a children's playground and man-made lagoon for boating. Quezon Memorial Circle Shrine. The 66-meter shrine is fitting tribute to the founder of Quezon City and one of the country's greatest statesmen, President Manuel Luis Quezon. The monument was built at the center at the cen- at the center of the 27-hectare Rotonda Park, has become a kind exercise and recreation center among the local residents. Thomas Marato and Timog. Quezon City has its own tourist belt, located in the once quiet district of Kamuning. Tomas Morato, Timog, and portion of Quezon Avenue are now dotted with restaurants, disco houses, nightclubs, sauna clinics, and another shops. University of Philippines. The state-owned University of the Philippines, which was established in June 1908, considers one of the finest centers of learning in Far East. Sproul is set amongst tall ancient trees and verdant fields. Our Lady of Edsa Shrine, built by grateful Filipino people in honor to the Blessed Virgin Mary for her protection and guidance during EDSA Revolution.
Mabuhay! Welcome to the Philippines, wherein you can discover the beauty of Metro Manila and the Valenzuela. I will be your tour guide for today. But before I tour you on the National Capital Region of NCR, let me introduce myself first. I'm Jasmine Juarez de Castro. For my educational background, I'm graduated of Home Economics strand in Lemery Colleges. The current student of Hospitality Management in Lemery Colleges. Now, let's proceed to our main topic. Here are the logos and map of the national capital of the region. The Manila, Quezon City, Marikina, Valenzuela, Malabon, Caloocan, Navotas, San Juan, Mandaluyong, Pasig, Makati, Pasay, Taguig, Parañaque, and Las Piñas. The City of National Capital Region, NCR Central Luzon, composed of 16 cities, 1 municipalities, and 200,000 barangay. So, the Metro Manila. Metro Manila, area and location. Metro Manila is located on the southern portion of Luzon. Manila is the region encompasses an area of 619.57 square kilometers and 239.22 square meter. It is composed of 16 cities of the City of Manila: Quezon City, Caloocan, Las Piñas, Makati, Malabon, Mandaluyong, Marikina, Muntinlupa, Navotas, Parañaque, Pasay, Pasig, San Juan, Taguig, and Valenzuela, as well as the municipality of Pateros. It is the second most populous and the most densely populated region of the Philippines. It is also the the ninth most populous metropolitan area in Asia and the fifth most populous urban area in this world. Geographic profile. The region is geographically divided into four zones: the coastal margin, Guadalupe Plateau, Marikina Valley, and the Laguna lowlands. How to get there? There is the pre-shuttle buses, car rental, taxis, and also the MRT to go to Manila. So, the tourist attraction. Rizal Fort, also known as Luneta. Also known as Luneta Fort. Or simply Luneta. It is considered as one of the largest urban park in Asia, covering an area of 58 hectares. The site on where the fort is was originally known as Bagong Bayan during the Spanish colonial period. It is adjacent to the historic walled city Intramuros and is the major tourist destination in the Philippines. And the second one is the Quiapo Church, the minor basilica of the Black Nazarene, also known as Quiapo Church. The basilica is the famous home of the Black Nazarene, the dark statue of Jesus Christ said to be miracles. And the third one is the Manila Bay. Manila Bay is the natural harbor which served the Port of Manila Bay, facilitate commerce to the trade between the Philippines and its neighboring countries, becoming the gateway of socio-economic development, even of Spanish occupation. Across the entrance to Manila Bay are the several islands, the largest of which is Corregidor, located 3 kilometers from Bataan. And the fourth one is the Manila Ocean Park. The Manila Ocean Park is the oceanarium in Manila, Philippines. It is owned by China Oceanies Philippines, a subsidiary of China Oceanies Singaporean registered firm. It is located behind the Quirino Grandstand and Rizal Park. And the fifth one is the National Museum of Natural History. The National Museum of Natural History is the National Natural History Museum of the Philippines. It is located along Agripina Circle in Rizal Park, Manila. The building was constructed as the Agriculture and the Commerce Building in 1940. It was designed in a neoclassic style by Filipino architect Antonio Toledo in the late 1930s, having the same of China Oceanese, Singaporean registered firm. It is located behind the Quarino Grandstand and Rizal Park. And the fifth one is the Museum of Natural History. The National Museum of Natural History is the National Natural History Museum of the Philippines. It is located along Agripina Circle in Rizal Park, Manila. The building was constructed as the Agriculture and the Commerce Building in 1940. It was designed in a neoclassic style by Filipino architect Antonio Toledo in the late 1930s, having the same dimension of floor plan as its twins building located at the north side of the circle. The Fiance building, both buildings were destroyed in the Battle of Manila during World War II. Both buildings were reconstructed according to the original plans after the war. And the last one is Casa Manila. Is the museum in Intramuros depicting colonial lifestyle during Spanish colonialization of the Philippines. The museum is the imposing stone and wood structure in 1850. One of the grand houses in the Barrio San Luis is located across historic San Agustin Church in the bounded by Cali Real, General Luna, Cabildo, and Ordaneta Street. The other two are the Los Higaldos in 1650 and Cuyugan Mansion in 1890. So, yun po yung mga na base dun sa mga na-search ko about sa Metro Manila. So, proceed na tayo sa Valenzuela. Valenzuela. Our area and location. Valenzuela is the 13th most populous city in the country, and it's located about 14 kilometers and 8.7 meter north of Manila, the national capital of landlocked character city located on the island of Luzon. It is bordered by the province of Bulacan and cities of Caloocan, Malabon, and Quezon City. Valenzuela shared border as access the Teneregos River with Malabon. Geographic profile. Due to its location in Metro Manila, rainfall and the climate in Valenzuela is almost similar to the country capital Manila. Ecology. The vegetation in Valenzuela was originally covered with grassland stable for agriculture. How to get there? There is the free shuttle bus, car rental, taxis, jeepney, tricycles, and also the MRT and LRT to go to Valenzuela. So, the tourist attraction of Valenzuela. Here is the tourist attraction of Valenzuela. Valenzuela People's Park in the Valenzuela City People's Park, and also known to local residents as simply Philip People's Park or BCPP, is an urban community park located in the city of Valenzuela, Philippines. It is outside the Valenzuela City Government Central and the Valenzuela Central. The construction of this is 1.5 hectare part was started in 2014 and was formally opened to the public on February 14, 2015 during the 17th Valenzuela City Character Day. And the second one is Museo Valenzuela. It's a museum in Valenzuela in Metro Manila, Philippines. It is the city historical and the cultural landmark named after Dr. Pio Valenzuela in 1963. Museo Valenzuela feature collection of artifacts depicting the city past and continuing development. It also serves as the repository of the city rich hectares and a beacon of light. It is people and guests. It is likewise a venue of historical culture, artistic presentation, as well as seminar and symposium of the national local issue. And the third one is San Diego de Alcala Church. San Diego de Alcala Church is the parish church in Valenzuela located about 15.5 kilometers and 9.6 meters north of Manila. In the Philippines, the original church was the oldest church in the city, worked by Father Juan Taranco, and the vegetation in Valenzuela was originally covered with grassland stable for agriculture. How to get there? There is the free shuttle bus, car rental, taxis, jeepney, tricycles, and also the MRT and LRT to go to Valenzuela. So, the tourist attraction of Valenzuela. Here is the tourist attraction of Valenzuela. Valenzuela People's Park in the Valenzuela City People's Park, and also known to local residents as simply People's Park or BCPP, is an urban community park located in the city of Valenzuela, Philippines. It is outside the Valenzuela City Government Central and the Valenzuela Central. The construction of this is 1.5 hectare part was started in 2014 and was formally opened to the public on February 14, 2015 during the 17th Valenzuela City Character Day. And the second one is Museo Valenzuela. It's a museum in Valenzuela in Metro Manila, Philippines. It is the city historical and the cultural landmark named after Dr. Pio Valenzuela in 1963. Museo Valenzuela feature collection of artifacts depicting the city past and continuing development. It also served as the repository of the city, rich hectares and a beacon of light. It is people and guests. It is likewise a venue of historical culture, artistic presentation, as well as seminar and symposium of the national local issue. And the third one is San Diego de Alcala Church. San Diego de Alcala Church is the parish church in Valenzuela, located about 15.5 kilometers and 9.6 meters north of Manila. In the Philippines, the original church was the oldest church in the city, built by Father Juan Taranco and finished by Father Jose Valencia in 1632, destroyed during World War II. It surviving belfry in the oldest in the city. And the fourth one is the Arcong Bato. Arcong Bato is one of the constituted barangay in the city of Valenzuela, Metro Manila, Philippines. Arcong Bato is the historical barangay named after the famous stone arc landmark that demarcates of boundary between the barangay and Santolan of Malabon. The notable stone arc was built by the American in 1910, originally as a boundary between Rizal and Bulacan province. And the fifth one is Tagalog. Tagalog is the constituted barangay in the city of Valenzuela, Metro Manila, Philippines. Some famous products are mostly fish like tilapia and bangus, and dessert such as halaya and garbanzos. Tagala is bounded by Polo River in the west, May Kauyaan River in the north, and Kaloong River in the east. And the sixth one, and the last one, National Shrine in Paris of the Our Lady of Fatima. It served as a Philippine apostolate of Our Lady of Fatima in Fatima, Portugal, which is considered by Roman Catholic Church in the Philippines. The shrine is located near of Our Lady of Fatima University campus in Marolas, Valenzuela, in Metro Manila, Philippines. So, yun lang yung mga na-search ko about dun sa pero madami pang tourist attraction na pwedeng mapuntahan sa Valenzuela, ganun din sa Metro Manila. So, that's all for today. Thank you.